Good afternoon. Honored to be here. And when I walked into the Roberts home, I didn't know what to expect. When I got the email from Miss Johnson, I was honored, but I was a little nervous because I've never seen on the other side of the coin. A lot of times you give finances, you help people, but you don't see the end result. The family, Keisha and Melvin Roberts, been married for 19 years. They have 4 children, 3 boys. One son, Trevor, 20 years old. He's attending Winston-Salem State University, great student. Their other son, 16 years old, Trinity, sophomore advanced high school, plays on the football team. Son, 14, Noah, freshman at Northwest School of Arts. Their littlest one, their daughter, Eden, 10 years old, elementary school. Melvin and Keisha, a hard-working blue-collar family. They always served their community in the church. Melvin, he went to the prison in ministry, always giving back to others. Keisha, she's a substitute teacher. And she made a promise to her mom that when she was alive that she was going to go to school. She was going to further her education. Her mom died, and so that dream went away. Melvin works at a temp agency. And since 2003, they've paid their bills on time. They've had their rent. He's had work. She's been a sub. As you can see what the kids are doing, they're doing well. And as I go into their home and I sit down on their couch, and as we started the conversation, you could just see this was a wholesome family. We got to talking about football naturally. Vance was in the playoffs at the time, so there was a natural conversation with their son Trinity. But as Melvin started talking, I want to read a couple of words that as I took down notes and I looked at it, that kept replaying in my head. God, no pride, family, blue collar, humble, not lazy, thankful. This is a family that's always helped others. They fell behind as Melvin had gotten laid off from the temp agency. And they started praying. And they went to crisis assistance and got some help there. Keisha, at this point in time, went back to school to become a full-time teacher. So you can see that this is a hard-working family. They weren't looking for a handout. They were looking for a hand up. And if you've ever played sports, if you have a teammate that falls on the ground, you reach out that hand and you pick them up. They're not looking for something in return. And this is what the Robert family was about. As I was sitting and I was talking to each one of them, and I started talking to the wife, Keisha. Tears just started pouring down her face. Very emotional. And her biggest fear was that the kids would come home from school and see a padlock on the door, being evicted. They'd already had signs on the door. They were really close. Her other biggest fear was having to take the family to a shelter. Now imagine that. The mom and the daughter have to go to this shelter. The father and the sons have to go to this shelter. Instantly, a family is broken up. Goodfellow steps in. They bridge that gap, that hand up, that allowed them and helped them with their bills and their rent. That when he found that job, they were ready to go. Because of the past, the foundation that was laid right here in this room, 75 years. I'm sitting there thinking, I'm 37, and that's almost 2 times older than me. But 75 years. Very thankful for Goodfellows.